the first thing that I want to share with you guys is, welcome by the way, which is a very good tool for everyone to use, is something that's called the grid, alright? So if you look at my phone right now, you'll see like these lines, alright? You'll see like these lines on my camera, okay? I want to ask you, do you guys have or use the grid that you see already over there? Alright, so definitely go ahead and switch that on, because it makes your life super simple when you're aligning your sort of frame, alright?
How do you get to the grid?
How do you put it on? Alright, so how do you put it on? If you just go into your settings, okay, and you want to scroll down until you see camera. So settings, camera. And the second option right there is grid. All you want to do is flick the switch on and it will automatically pop up on your camera, okay? So look for camera and switch the grid on, okay? So definitely have a look at that. Now, just to give you a quick example, if I was taking a picture of the city right in front of me, alright, I can easily use the grid to divide my frame into 3 sections, where I can place the city right in the middle, the water at the bottom, the sky on the top. So it just makes it super simple. Even if I'm taking a picture of the BurjKhalifa, for example, I can place it exactly in the middle, like that, or I can put it on one of the lines, so it makes my photo aesthetically more better, alright, like visually aesthetic. So definitely have a look at using the grid to align your subject in your frame, okay? Cool, let's move on to the next one, which is, we all know what the focus and the exposure is, right? So whenever I tap on my phone, I can get my camera to decide an auto exposure or an auto focus, alright? So what is it doing? So if I put my hand in front, you'll see that it automatically focuses on my hand and the background is blurred, alright? So the camera can do that automatically, but you can also tap on your screen and tell it to focus on that point, alright? So try out and experiment with that. But what's even better is, once you've tapped at a location, to take it one step further, you can either slide down or up to increase or decrease the exposure. So let's say I wanted something like this, where it focuses on the lights right now. I can reduce the brightness and click a picture like that. And I have a picture with just the lights in emphasis right here, with not a lot of like bleed from like the lights over there. So definitely check it out, and you can see the different kinds of settings, yeah? So you tap once on photo, alright? You tap once, and then you see the sun, you can go up and down, yeah? So check that out. So it's really helpful in that way, okay? Cool. Now, while we're on this, again, whenever you move your camera, like I said, it automatically adjusts, correct? But let's say you want to lock a setting, okay, so that when it moves, it doesn't automatically switch. So if you tap and hold for a second, you should get an EEAF lock, alright? Now using this, you can make your adjustment, and now try moving it around. You will see that it's not going to change at all. Even if I point it this way and I go back, my setting is still the same, alright? So if you want to lock the exposure, lock the focus, use the AEAF lock. Now this is very helpful for when you're taking videos, alright? I see many people taking videos, and you know, people come across and like you go from a dark room to a bright room, and it like changes automatically. So you can lock the setting and then take your video. So you can see how you can make your video more consistent, alright? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. My next one is focused on a mode that is called live photos. Do we all know what live photos is? Alright, cool. So we all use live photos, correct? And of course, if you want to activate live photos, you just got to tap those circles on the top. Of course, depending on the different OS, it might be a little bit different. Right? it does take more space.
Yeah.
A good shout out because instead of just a photo, it's recording a bit of video. All right. So now with live photos, I'm just gonna try and take an image over here. All right. So for example, this is my image. Okay. And after you click it, in order to see the live effect, you just gotta tap it, correct? And then you can see the movement there, okay? But it doesn't stop there. What most of us don't know is if you swipe up, you have some more effects, all right? So you can make it loop like a GIF, all right? So you can make a GIF and it'll like continuously play. Or you can make it bounce like boomerang, so it can go back and forth. All right, so you can see that back and forth, back and forth. And of course, the last one is long exposure. All right, so anything that is moving, it will like blur it out. So have you guys seen pictures where, you know, there's like a city road, for example, and you see like a trail of lights? Exactly, so you can get like those kinds of effects with long exposure. Like that kind of stuff only would happen with like a professional camera, but now it's in your iPhone. So that's really cool. So definitely experiment, get creative. You can use these effects to really get some good images out, okay? So definitely check that out. Cool. My next one is based on one of my favorite modes, which is called panoramas. We all use panoramas, correct? Alright, now I do have a question for all of you though. Now we're all tourists, most of us are tourists, correct? We all wanted to get a picture of the BurjKhalifa today, correct? And then we're all like on our knees, just that way, like struggling to get the right angle and stuff, yeah? But what you can do is you can use your panorama in a creative way, alright? Now we've used it left to right, and of course if you want to go right to left, you've just got to tap it once and then it goes right to left, okay? But simple, instead of doing it this way, I'm just going to hold my phone like that and I'm going to focus it once and I'm just going to start. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, I'm going to start from the top and go all the way to the bottom. And simple. So I've just got, of course, it's a little bit better when it's evening. So if I show you a picture like that, for example, it's a bit wonky, but you know, you should try and be like consistent, and you can get like vertical panoramas really simply, all right? So try that out for sure, and you can get some really cool images, okay? And of course, you can start like, let's say, instead of like going from this way, you can start like at your feet, for example, go all the way up, and you can get like full view of like everything from your feet going upwards to the ceiling. So definitely check that out, okay? And of course, we're all here to watch the fountains, correct? So we're all going to be taking videos today and everything. So I know that most social media like applications, you have to record it that way. But if you're not recording for social media, I always recommend to hold the phone in this orientation, okay? So always hold the phone this way. But there is one cool thing that, again, could help you out when you're taking videos, all right? So let's say right now, I have adjusted my scene. I'm gonna just lock that, for example. And once it locks, I'm just gonna adjust it, and I'm gonna start recording. So let's say I'm recording right now, and then I suddenly decide, man, I should have taken a picture instead. Or I want to take a picture right now. So instead of stopping your video, you just got to press that button there, and I've just taken a picture while recording video, all right? So I'm recording my video and I'm clicking pictures. So when I stop recording, I not only have my video there, but I also have the pictures that I just took while recording a video, all right? So you can do both. So definitely don't feel upset if you want to click a picture while recording a video the next time. So you can do both. Alright? So I am gonna let you guys pick your spots. That's gonna go off in exactly 30 seconds. So I'm gonna hang around, but feel free to like ask me any questions if you have after the fountain goes off. So that is the tennis. Oh, to make it, so it's exactly the same. So if you like tap it, it's locked now, and then you can like drag it down a bit, so you get some more lights, and now you can start recording. Yeah, and once you start recording, this is to take pictures.